you know, going into those chariots, man, because that's how we're gonna leave out of this place, you know, by way of those chariots. As birds fly, so will the Lord defend Jerusalem, you know.
Yep. Yeah, because the Revelation speaks about the white horse representing that power, but them Christians actually believe that it's going to be an Edomite coming on a horse riding in the air, man.
Yeah, long blonde hair,
you know,
probably clean shaven beard. All the angels, according to Edomites, they're all clean shaven, man.
And they're all naked, by the way.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. So it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labours. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed with the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all they that looked for.
Yeah, and they would be, because like it says in Jeremiah 16:14, it says that it's going to be greater than Egypt. That's why the Lord again, it's not going to be no longer spoken that we were delivered out of Egypt. What's going to be spoken now, post World War III, post this kingdom here, is the salvation of those that were taken from the land of the north, and also to them that were scattered abroad. Okay, and like the brother said, you're going to have a lot of chariots that's going to come out of the sky. You're going to have thousands of them, and then you're going to see this big gigantic one in the midst of all of them. So it's going to bug everybody out, and they're going to see that. The elite I'm talking about, the ones that know the real truth on who we really are. Go on, brother.
So verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish, it's like for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision.
Yeah, who's the he? Jacob, the nation of Israel. Go on.
And a proverb and a reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor.
In other words, in their mind, they've brought us down so low, and indoctrinated us with this hip-hop rap music and all this nonsense, and then looking at our people like, man, these some mad-ass individuals, man. You know what I mean? So they, you know, we got these people, we got them good. I mean, look at them. They're in squalors, they're in the ghettos, and all of this other stuff. Look at their women, and look at the food that they eat, and they eat pork. So we got them.
Yeah, because they don't consider that we can never come out of this situation that we're in, man.
Yeah.
They don't think the black man, let me say, whoever rise up to a glorious state, a glorious position, man, where you can one day rule the earth. Yeah. You know, that's our end being without ornament. Always gonna be niggas in the gate of our pants hanging up, you know, down our ass.
Yeah, but once they wiped us out in the Renaissance period, the rebirth, you know, taking over and repainting the images and that, they thought that's it for us, man. Yeah. They will never rise up to power again.
Yeah, and that's what's inside their mind and their thoughts. They're thinking that because they got us with all of this tools that they've used against us, that's their mindset. They ain't gonna rise. They're not gonna rise anywhere else. So much so that they got the world thinking the same way. But let's read them.
So, verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor.
Right, his end to be with, like you just said, you just expounded on. Go on.
How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints?
Right, how are these, let me see if I can find another word. Yeah, right.
Speaks in spirits.
How are these Negroes amongst the children of Israel, man? You destroy these other efforts. Huh?
That shock, man. What? Go for it, man. Because why, man? Right now, man, the way we are, man, we're in the date right now. You know, we've been brought so low, man, that it's hard to even consider that we can be the people, these glorious people that the Bible speaks about, man. You know, these glorious people. Because right now we say Yahushua is a dark-skinned man, coming from the tribe of Judah. We tell them the tribe of Judah, the so-called Negroes. Nah, the great king himself came from you people. Nah, you know.
Yeah, we can't believe that. But you know, though, people know that that's the truth, because that's kind of like gotten out there on YouTube now. The whole idea of the Lord being a so-called black man. That's true. But again, even though it's true, people don't want to accept that. Because it's this inner it's this thing where people don't really consider Jake. Jake is like a valueless group of people, you know. So if we say that the Lord is a man of color, then we're giving reverence to a no people. You know what I mean? And most people are proud anyway. This is a proud system. So people are not going to be proud enough to just accept it and just go along with it. No. But the Most High is beautiful, because when the Most High does all of his signs and wonders amongst the people and delivers us, the people are going to have to force to be humble. And that pride is going to be wiped off the face of the earth that they got. Pride will never exist again when the Most High does what he got to do. And things such as pride is going to be out.
Yeah, because I could just make a point.
Go on.
There was I was watching one of the Boston camps. The brother put North Carolina brother. He put me onto their videos. I've been watching him lately. But so there's these couple, and they asked the Edomite couple, "Do you think he was black?" And they were saying, cut long story short, they said probably brown. And then anyway, after a little discussion, they were saying that we lost our home. We lost our home. We lost it through bonds, the bonds and the stock market. So really, what they was doing, they was listening, but they had an interior motive. Because I noticed at the end they wanted to shake the elders' hands and the brothers' hands. So relating to what you're saying, they got a good idea that Yahushua, they call him Jesus, is a black man, and the prophets are black. But they had to go down. They had to eat humble pie for them to really, come to terms with it. And it was actually at the end they wanted to shake their brother's hand because they wanted a blessing.
That's pretty much it.
So
by them wanting a blessing, that further solidifies that they know the truth.
Right.
But they don't want to commit to the truth because it's pride, man.
Yeah. So it was a very edifying. The video, I'm gonna have to do a commentary on it, but it just brings out the point that when everything crashes, they got two options. They can come and humble themselves to Jacob, or they can just go and commit suicide.
It's either or.
And they I think at the end they realised that they'd rather go and commit suicide than admit that these are the true prophets.
Yeah, because there's no way in how we're gonna give these Negroes reverence. They don't deserve reference.
Because just a quick testimony. I remember when I first started watching the videos years ago, and I first found out that Yahushua was a so-called black man. I was trying to tell my friend who was a Jake, and he had an Edomite girlfriend, and I was reading the scripture, and then this bitch said, "Oh, that could have meant his feet were dirty." So that's the length. That's the length that people will go to.
Even though she's being a bitch about it, she's right, because guess what? Didn't we all come from the dirt of the earth, the ground of the earth?
But she was trying to say he was a fucking Edomite with dirty feet.
Oh,
rather than admit that, I get it.
Come on. Yeah, but that's just the thing. I mean, regardless of what, man, it doesn't really make a difference what people feel or what they believe. What the ultimate thing is that it's only the counsel of the Lord that's going to stand. And you could try to hide the truth as much as you can, but eventually, like how the body has a way of healing itself, the earth has a way of healing itself, and the spirit of truth has a way of evaporating back to the earth again. Simple.
Yeah.
Like giving you like that.
Yeah, it's giving me that.
Yeah.
So back in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 5, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High? How is his lot among the saints?
Right.
Therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us.
Yeah, now reality is gonna kick in now, because see, right now they got spirits on them, but see, when the end comes upon their behind and they start to really see what's really going down, now that delusion just goes out of there, and then they're gonna realize, oh man, why couldn't the Lord choose us to be righteous? Why did we do all of this? They're gonna start thinking real about what they've been doing. Go on.
So it says, have not shined unto us, and the Son of Righteousness rose not upon us. Verse 7, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction.
That's what they did.
Yea, we have gone through deserts where they lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it.
Yep.
What hath pride profited us? Or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow.
Next like me, isn't it?
And as a
jump behind the tree real quick.
and as a post that have hasted by. Verse 10. And as a ship that passed. Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Or you still reading on?
Yeah. Is that?
Yeah, you go,
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 10. And as a ship that passeth over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found.
Yeah, so in other words, what the wicked is saying is they're saying all of this dirt that we did and all of this wickedness that we did, what did it get us? And that's what they're going to say when it's all said and done. That's why I always make a big emphasis on the end, because there's going to be an end result to everybody's works versus the works that they did and versus the works that we're doing right now. Whose works are going to be counted in the day of the Lord? It's going to be our works. When it comes to the day of the Lord on their works, and I'm talking about the wicked here, it's going to be nothing, man.
That's right.
It's going to be a waste. I'm going to keep saying it, a waste of time. All right, because everything that they did, I mean, what more can I say, man? What more can I say on what I'm saying already? Like, I don't think I need to make more emphasis on what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is they haven't even dented anything when it came to the works of the Lord. They haven't did anything. All right, that's what they're going to find out. Huh? Nah, he didn't tell me where he was at, man. He's probably going to come back.
Oh? Yeah. Or he's going to get Amma 1.
Oh, okay.
Amma 1 is here, so he's going to go, because he's looking for direction, so he's going to go and get him.
Okay.
Oh, Amma 1's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's come back to just for the last part of our camp.
Mm-hmm.
He's finished work now, yeah. So he's going to get him now.
Come on.
So, should I just go?
Yeah, go.
So back in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 10, and as a ship that passeth over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found.
Yeah, so their works are not going to be there. It is everything that Esau did from 70 AD, even up to this present moment, it's not going to be remembered, man. So what was all of this work? What was all of this wasting energy and wasting money for? Trying to hide the truth, trying to do this, trying to go to Afghanistan and Baghdad and get so you can get all of the resources and all of this other stuff, right? Setting up this one world system, which is an old world system going back to the Tower of Babel. It didn't work. That's what they're gonna find out, man. And what they're gonna find out is that they've robbed themselves. They've robbed the world so much that they're gonna want to rob themselves when it's all said and done. And that's when the reality is gonna kick in. They're gonna realize that we should have hearkened unto the men of the Lord. We should have just not been wicked, but really can't say that because it wasn't the Father's will for them to do what they were doing anyway. You know, but the Most High is going to make a prime example out of them. Yahweh's going to make a prime example out of them. Man.
That's right. Right. Neither the pathway of the kill in the waves, or as when a bird hath flown through. So verse 11. Or as when a bird hath flown through the air, there is no token of her way to be found.
Exactly. You don't see, like on the ship, as the brother was reading, you don't see the keel that came out of the ship. It's gone. It's finished. So there's not going to be no trace of the works of Esau and the things that he ever did. The great, what is it? Alexander the Great.
Yeah. There won't be a museum with a. This is the iPhone. This is what they used to use in when Esau ruled, and TV, a museum with your TV there, or all these artifacts, like the way Esau likes to keep all the records of all these ancient kingdoms, the Egyptians, bones and skeletons, and
books,
and
the likes.
We'll read about Esau, Edom, but that's it, man.
Yeah.
Scripture speak about read earlier on, man. 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, where it tells you, man, all the elements and all the works thereof shall be burnt up.
Right.
All these cars, man, all these Esau's invasions, they're all going to be burnt up, man.
It's all going to be done for.
Because when the kingdom gets set up, man, everything is going to be renewed, man. Everything is going to be built up, man, properly this time, man.
And we're not going to build the kingdom on top of Esau's kingdom. No, we're going to build our kingdom from the scratch.
Like when during the Roman Empire, when Esau was pushed out, basically Jack just continued from where Esau left off from. Okay, we continued that kingdom on from Esau, but this time period, man, we're not gonna continue Esau's kingdom, man. Everything is gonna be renewed, man. The ruler is gonna be a new government. okay, new inventions, man. We're not gonna have these air pollution things that are driving around in our kingdom, you know, these air pollution planes and shit like that. It's those weaponaries. Oh, we're gonna keep some of these weapons because they are good. So in case we need to defend ourselves from Moab, you know. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna have none of that, man. Everything is gonna be a whole new planet Earth, man. A whole new rulership, a whole new planet Earth. You know?
Yeah, the new bosses are gonna rule the earth.
That's right.
Exactly, man. So yeah, I mean, ultimately that's where it's all gonna go.
Because already as a people, man, we're already creative. We're already creative, man.
Yeah.
It's just right now we have curses on us. So can you imagine, man, how creative we're gonna be when those curses are lifted?
Ooh, man.
You know?
And the spiritual power to boot.
You know?
Come on, dog. Go on, bro.
It's verse 13. That's lucky verse 12. Or like when an arrow is shot at a mark, it parteth the air, which immediately cometh together again.
Exactly. So what was the reason for the dart to pierce the air when the air was gonna go back to being what it is? And it's not in its regular form. So in other words, what was all of this work and inventions like the brother was going into that Esau did, and him trying to subvert the truth and pervert the truth, spending trillions of dollars, billions of trillions of dollars to hide the truth. What was it all for? Because we were going to come back anyway to this somehow, some way. The Most High was going to pave the way for us to come back to this, and ultimately so that we can receive salvation and get into the kingdom. It was written. It was written out.
It's like, if I may, he didn't just spend billions of dollars to hide the fact that we were Israelites, but he also spent billions of dollars to hide the fact that he's an Edomite as well. So that's a double-edged sword, man.
Yeah.
It's not just the fact that we're Israelites, it's the fact that he's an Edomite as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly. I said today, man, if you go on internet, man, trying to do research about Edom, man, you know, it's hard, man. There's so many things to throw you off course. Disinformation and all that, man. That's why Edom, man, you gotta go. That's why, man, we go by faith, man.
Yep.
We go by faith right now, man. Even the fact that we are Israelites, man, a lot of it is really faith, you know. Evidence is just to add on to that faith, man, but it's all really faith.
Yeah, and guess what? Our faith is proving that we got the truth. Because our faith in the truth is manifesting the truth. There's books. I got a book right now, man. On the what is it? It's called the Roman Empire. I had the book for a while now. Roman
you
Empire.
have that book?
The Edomites.
I've heard of it. Is it the one that will cost you like $1,000 or something?
Huh?
What one is that?
You know, it's a little green book.
It's
Little green book. I bought it. So I was like, man, let me get this book. You know, so yeah, I got that book right there. But the truth is already out that they're the Edomites and all of that stuff. As the scripture says, there should be a falling away first, and then shall that wicked be revealed. So Esau couldn't stop himself being revealed. Even though there's no evidence of Esau being, or should I say, those are the Edomites on the internet. But they don't need to be on the internet. All you got to do is go. Really, the evidence is in Petra. Go to Petra. Look at those building constructs or those monument constructs, and look at the monument constructs that we see in Great Britain and other parts of Europe, and also in New York as well. What you're gonna find out is that they are still here. All right. Bottom line in the story. Go on, brother.
So back in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 12. So it says, together again, so that a man cannot know where it went through. Verse 13. Even so we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show.
Right.
But we were consumed in our own wickedness. Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
That's right.
So everything that they did, it's just all of the wickedness that they've done, that they've brought out throughout the planet, it's going to turn around the mess of thing and bite them on the ass. That's what's going to happen. You know, whatever you put out, matter of fact, brother, somebody get me Galatians the 6th chapter. Man, it's getting cold out here, man. We'll see how many guys out there or caps out there that's pretty much gonna stay in the crib, man.
Nice and warm.
Right, nice and warm in the cozy home.
With the bunny slippers.
They got the heater in there and everything, man.
Sipping some hot latte.
When knowing these guys, they probably got fucking slippers with the Lasho Uncle Dash written on them.
With some fringes and shit.
They ain't coming out here, man. You bet it's cold weather.
It was like Galatians 6,
7.
7. So like,
They got fringes on their slippers.
this is Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked.
Colossians 3:25.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Yeah, whatever man soweth, that shall he also reap. So, like the brother just read in the Apocrypha, the wicked, they're going to find out that all of their wickedness is going to consume them, man. That's the end result of being a wicked bastard. We use that word for just one time, being able to hit, right? That's what they're going to find out, man. And then really, when you really think about it, the world is going to realize that it's none to avail to be wicked. There's no reward you're going to get from being wicked. Well, there is a reward. That's destruction. All right? And that's what they're going to see. So, I mean, what was all of this hoopla all about? What was all of this grabbing Jacob and against their will, put them into slavery all about? Trying to suppress Jake so that Jake can't rise and build on their own. It was a waste of time. All right? It was a waste of power and energy and time. And it's funny because, see, the Most High is again showing what he's all about by his power. Because here it is, right? The Most High set it up for Esau to suppress Jacob on every level. And Deuteronomy 28 explains that. Right? And yet we're still standing upon our feet. And we're still going towards prosperity, man.
Yes, man. Shalom.
Fine. Shalom, brother. Yeah, this is this located area, brother.
Hey, shalom.
This closed location I'm in.
It's located, that's what it says. It's located exactly.
Right, to another company. Yeah, so yeah, what you got there?
Colossians 3:25. So this is Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which have done, and there is no respecter of person.
Two scriptures that show you that. Now go back to the Apocrypha.
So this is back in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 13. Even so, we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show.
Right, and their reincarnations, when they were born, they draw to their end. And that's something that Elon Rothschild is experiencing now. Elon Rothschild, he knows that he's at his end. He knows this. They all know this, man. And that's why they moving fast. They trying to get the children seduced into this
LGBT.
Right, the LGBT. Trying to find a reasonable word here, because we here, so I'm just.
Can't be saying that right there. Can't be saying that right there.
Yeah.
Mainly for the camera
Right.
anyway, man, because it's all clip that shit off now. Ta!
Right.
You go back the next time and everything is gone.
Everything's gone, yeah. And we got to worry about that too. But you know what though? Let's say if Esau does do that, we don't really care about that, man, because Esau's showing that he's getting ready to close this thing up. So it's good that he's doing that. It's good. We just have to come back stronger and do what we're doing here. But yeah, Esau, man, he's looking to take your channels out, man. Say one little thing, that's where it's at right now. Because I remember back in the day, man, when I came into the truth, they were like strict on YouTube, but now they just going straight at you. They come and look, man, we're gonna take all of you. We're gonna take the whole channel down. Go on, bro.
But were consumed in our own wickedness.
But they were consumed by their own wickedness, and by them being consumed by their own wickedness, it's going to lead to that third world war, that nuclear war that's going to brew up, and it's going to pretty much take place where they're going to shoot missiles at each other, and that's going to be the deal. That's going to end all of their wickedness that they've committed on the earth. All right, and it all goes back to the wrongs that they have done. So judgment. You do one thing, that one thing that you've done, it comes around as a ring, Salaki brother, it comes around as a ring, and it bites you in the ass, and that's what Esau's gonna have to do. And you agree, and Esau can't get mad at us for saying this because all we are just the messengers. Like the saying goes, don't shoot at the messenger. Don't get mad at us, get mad at the Most High. And really what they should do is get mad at themselves because they've caused this scenario that's going to take place onto them. They the ones that caused it. We're just speaking about it. We're not posing no threats against nobody. We out here, we telling them, look, this is what you did, and we're gonna open up the book of the law, and we're gonna judge you according to that book of the law.
Because the Lord created them to be the wicked.
Yeah.
So that at the end of the day, after they've done their wickedness, man, the Lord can come and judge them for the wickedness that they've done, man.
Yep.
That was their sole purpose. That's why the Lord created them in the first place.
Exactly.
You're gonna be the wicked. You're gonna do wickedly, and I'm gonna come and punish you for being the wicked.
Yep.
And you could not even control yourselves, man.
Yep.
You know, all your goings are the Lord's goings.
Exactly.
You know, you were set up. They were set up to be the wickedness in the left hand side, man, to do wicked.
The vessel unto dishonor.
Vessel unto dishonor, man. You know.
That's what they were set up to be. So ultimately, don't get mad at us. Take it up with the Most High.
Can an Ethiopian change his spots? So anybody knows that's where that scripture is?
Jeremiah, yeah.
I get that. And then
Revelation 13.
One
Yeah.
and
I've got a precept.
Yeah, read what you got.
This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Yeah, so there's no getting away, Esau. There's no getting away
one and
from what you've done, and even our people too, right? Because everyone's going to get judged, but mainly the Edomites, they're going to get the judgment of their life.
Can I read this?
Go on, bro.
Going into what you was talking about, because the wicked, you know, they're doing what they're doing, and they're going to get judged for it, and they're not going to like getting judged for it.
Yeah.
But they're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's Daniel 12 and in 10. It says, "Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand."
Yeah, and that's key. That's right into the point. Key into the point. It says that the wicked shall do wickedly, and not understand. That's why we go back to the Apocrypha. What does it say? It says that it would have been cool. I'm roughly paraphrasing. That righteousness was shown unto us, but the Most High made them to
Also,
not understand righteousness,
the one that says
so that they can do wickedly. Go on, brother.
So Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And when you actually look at Great Britain as a whole, as everybody in Britain knows, it was built on the labor of Israel, man. It was built on the labor of the Israelites. So when you establish a town by stealing a people and robbing a people and put them into labor and don't give them any form of reparations to start all over again with themselves, right? Leading them into captivity against their will. Yo, you're gonna have to go into captivity.
That's right.
That's just the judgment on high. That's just the judgment of the Lord. You put a people into captivity, you're gonna go into captivity. Yeah? There's no getting away out of that. Can't stop it, baby boy. Go on, brother.
Quick one. This is Jeremiah 13 and 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may he also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Right. That he may do good that is accustomed to do evil. No, he can't, because he was made crooked. The scriptures also says that which is made crooked.
That's the one.
That's the precept I've just had lined up.
Let's get it. Go on.
Get that.
And that's why the scriptures uses the word indignation, because that means righteous anger, man. You know, the Lord, he made it that you're going to go off, so you're worthy of that punishment.
Yep.
It's Ecclesiastes 1 and 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered.
There you have it. So that's what I was quoting. You know, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. So Esau, ultimately, he was created to be the vessel of dishonor and to be made crooked. He was made to be a crook, even unto the very end. And you can't change that, man. You got these pacified jakes that's trying to build with Esau, trying to hope and pray that there's a good Edomite, or Esau's going to change his mind frame, and he's going to be this God-fearing, loving, kind, group of people. No. No.
Yeah, they've had centuries to do that, man.
Yeah, they've had centuries.
They had done it
Absolutely.
already.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. That's right.
Psalms 51.
So you can't
Seeing that
make
out
something
there.
crooked straight, man.
So can you imagine? Yeah. So can you imagine if Esau was in our kingdom, man? They would corrupt our kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They would corrupt it, man.
Because that's their spirit. Their spirit is of corruption. It even says that in the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. His spirit, the spirit that's in him is not upright in him. So if he runs anything, it's not going to be right. Even his own kingdom ain't ran right. You know, you got Edomites here that's doing really good. And you got Edomites that are homeless on the street. So even in his own kingdom, he's unjust to his own brethren. Showing you the corruption of the spirit that he holds within him. He ain't right, man. Go on, brother.
He don't like eat.
Right, Edom don't like eat.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shown to the wicked,
Edom don't like Esau.
yet will he not learn righteousness in the land of
And
uprightness.
they in the land of uprightness. They're smack dab in the land of Israel, calling himself, what is it, Jewish or Israeli, which means modern day Jew, which they have no connection to the ancient Jews,
Yeah.
because we're the ancient Jews. Go on.
They've taken the name of the righteous people, man.
Yeah.
They put that upon themselves, man, and they can't do it still. And they still can't do it.
They still
You
can't do it. And you know what's really powerful too is the fact they can't even say the name of the Lord. They call him Hashem, which means the name, because they even know, and that shows right there. Because if you feel in your heart to heart, if you genuinely believe or know that you're the people of the Most High, how come you don't want to say the name? Because that proves that they're not the people. The scripture says that the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen, man.
That's right.
And that's why they don't want to say the name, so they call him Hashem Yehudi.
Wow.
You know, but that's not the name in the Hebrew. The name of the Hebrews is Yahweh,
That's right.
and his son's name is Yahweh Shah. Go on, bro.
And it says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
Right, you got kosher swine. You got Tel Aviv, Pink City, which we all know what that's all about. Sucking on baby rods and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
That's unjust right there. That ain't right. There's no scripture, there's no law saying we should do anything like that. What law have they read on that? And they're supposed to be special or specialized in the Torah. There's nowhere in the Old Testament or the Torah where it says you're supposed to put your lips on the baby's rod. It's uncircumcised. That's why a lot of those babies are having herpes and all of that shit.
They specialize in the Talmud,
Yeah.
not the Torah.
But they do get it to the Torah though, brother.
Yeah.
You know, but their main doctrine is the Talmud. Go on, bro.
But another thing is when the Assyrian king took the northern kingdom out of Samaria, and they put heathens in there, they started having trouble living in that land.
Yeah, that's in 2 Kings 17.
They had to get a priest to go in that particular land and show them how to live side by side with that land, man. And Esau, they've taken up the Torah and they've called themselves Israelites, and they're going to live in that land. And but the thing is, they're supposed to, that was an example to them, man.
Yeah.
That was an example of how to live. If you're gonna live in that land, if you're Jewish, you're supposed to live in that land, keeping the laws. Okay, the laws of the Heavenly Father, man, but they could not do that either, man. Even with the examples that they had in the scriptures.
Yeah.
You know?
They couldn't even keep that.
In the land of uprightness,
Yeah.
you know?
But that's power. I don't cut you. That's power you said in the land of uprightness. Because it says in the scriptures again in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, that the spirit that's within him is not upright in him. So how could he then be upright in how could he be upright in the land of uprightness?
And
that, go on, bro, go on.
And it tells you in the scriptures, man, because the Lord, what did the Lord say, man, concerning the heathens that lived in that land before we as the people went to that land, man? Because the Lord said about their wickedness had to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
When they did wickedly, then the Lord drove them out of that land.